Hey besties, let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? Hey besties, welcome back to the channel. This is Behind the Shade, and we are here to review Real Housewives of New Jersey, season 14, episode 1. And it's called The Birthday Bombshell. Baby, I'm giving this episode an A plus. Oh, it gave me life. You guys let me know what you rate this episode in the comments, and let's begin. So, Melissa is helping Antonia get ready to leave for college. She is headed to the University of Delaware. She's headed to Delaware. Then we kind of flip to Rachel and John. They're getting ready for her family's coming to visit. They like to get together often to have family dinner. Her parents come. It's her brother, her sister-in-law, and her nana, who's 88, very sassy, has all her scruples, and she acts like she's about 25 years old, little shady, and just real jazzy and fierce. So they're outside, they have barbecue, they're drinking their wine, they toast, and everything is good. And Rachel talks about her daughter. One of the daughters is tongue tied. And so she's taking her to the doctor to get that fixed because she struggles. Excuse me, you guys, she struggles with some of her words. So Rachel and Jeff Fessler, that's Jen Fessler's husband, they are planned. Excuse me, sorry, I'm drinking wine, and Bull's just giving me the burps. So Jeff Fessler has Rachel helping him plan Jennifer Fessler's surprise 55th birthday party. And the grandma, which they infectiously called Nana, Nana says, "Who? Nose job, Jennifer?" Because she had got her nose done last year. And we all laugh at that because Nana is funny. So Jeff Fessler wants Rachel to invite everyone to this party. So she had to reach out to Jennifer, the other Jennifer, Teresa, everybody. So Rachel is not fooling with Teresa or Louis because of the investigation that he did on them last year with that investigator. I forgot his name. And Rachel asked John, what would he do if Louis speaks to him, like at the party? What are you gonna do? And he was like, I'm gonna treat him like I treat the dudes at Home Depot. I'm gonna give him a nod, like a what's up and a what's up, and that's it. And so we go to Melissa helping Antonia pack. Antonia has this big, beautiful bedroom. The new house is nice, Melissa and Joe. They did a good job. They hired architects to go ahead and do the work. Everything looks wonderful. So Antonia has this humongous closet, and she's not ready to pack. She's just laying around chilling, being a lazy teenager. So Melissa's like, come on, we got to get your favorite jeans and all that stuff. So also Teresa is at home helping Gabriella pack for college. She's headed to the University of Michigan. And Melissa gives Antonia shower shoes, and Teresa's other girls come into the room, and Adriana and what's the one that's Melania? She is such a daddy's girl. So she asks, can we eat? So they walk out, and so Teresa hugs Gabriella because she is just like, oh my God. She's like, this is the second kid headed for college because Gia is gone, but she's like 45 minutes away. Gabriella is going all the way to Michigan. So then we go back to Melissa's, And Melissa gives Antonia some shower shoes because they all, the students have to share a shower. Bathrooms are community, so she has to share the showers with the whole floor. So she's like, well, here's some shower shoes. And she's teasing Joe that she's leaving, and he's like, this is not my first rodeo. And so production flashes back to when Gia was headed to college and how Joe moved her into her dorm and all that, and she was there. So then we go back to Teresa's house. And so Teresa and her family are having dinner. And Louis' son is just like, oh, this food is so good because, Teresa can cook good because of her parents. I guess because of her mom. And, she has the cookbooks. So his son is just, complimenting the girls. They're getting up, they're washing dishes, and all the kids are helping with the chores. And it seems like they have a nice family. They put a nice family together. So then Teresa announces that they just got their wedding photos back. So they're like, pull them out, pull them out. And baby, those pictures were fire. Whoever the photographer was, let's give them a round of applause. Because they made Louis look good. He was in red, pink, fuchsia, magenta. He looked good in his suit. And Teresa looked good with those 162 packs of hair that she had in her hair. Okay. So they're going through that. The pictures were just awesome. So Louis, Teresa saying that Louis is her soulmate, and she went through, heck, and she was mad at God for going to jail and losing her parents and all this and that. And so she knows now that what she went through was worth it. The kids get along. So we back to Melissa. Melissa tells Joe about Jen Fessler's party. They talk about Teresa. And production asks Melissa about Teresa. And Melissa's like, I don't want to talk about Teresa anymore. She doesn't want to talk about it. So how funny is that? So they talking about what to get, what gift to get Jen. And so they bring up Jen told everyone last season that I believe she had, um, intercourse with James Gandolfini, Tony Soprano. And so they're thinking about getting an autographed picture of him to give to her for her birthday because she allegedly rode him. So then we go to Jen Fessler's house. And so she's playing her guitar and singing, and she needs practice in both areas. So her husband and her daughter tease her about the singing and the playing the guitar. And I think this is our first time seeing her daughter. And Margaret comes over to visit. And so they grab their little charcuterie plates. I guess they got fruit and stuff like that. And they go in the backyard. And so, before they go in the backyard, Margaret gives Jen her birthday present. And it's a vibrator. And, she's like, you got to get this, it's important, And so Jen was saying how she uses her toothbrush, the electric toothbrush. She uses that when she's like on vacation or something, so she can pack lighter. She doesn't bring her vibrator because she'll use her toothbrush. And I'm looking like, huh? What do you mean? What do you put the handle in your? Oh, okay. Or you put it on? Oh, okay. So anyway, moving on. So they go in the backyard, and so they're just catching up. And Margaret talks about how her stepson is engaged and about to get married, and she's sad because his dad, her ex-husband Jan, passed away the year before, and just the whole reality that he won't be at the wedding. He's gonna miss this, and so she's sad because she claims his kids, because they remained friends after their divorce. And so she's really over there to set Jen Fessler up so that she can be surprised for the party. So she's like, "So what are you doing for your birthday? Let's go to dinner." And so Jen Fessler's like, "Okay, let's do it. That'll be good." So they got that together. So Teresa called Jen for her birthday, and Jen wanted to talk to Teresa about her and Margaret. And baby, Margaret let it be known, do not mention me to her. Don't mention her to me. Don't bring my name up. Don't fix nothing. I'm not fooling with them. They are dead to me. Don't do it. So they agreed not to ever talk about it again. Because remember, I think Louis was harassing her son and got him fired off his job or something like that. So she's like, "I'm good. I'm done. No, thank you." So then we move on. Paul and Dolores, they do a double date with Louis and Teresa, and we meet Teresa's new face. And can I please say, baby, lay off the fillers, the injections, the pulling, the tucking, the whatever you're doing, please stop. Because Teresa, no, stop. So they go, we meet her new face, and I don't like it. Do you guys like the face? I didn't like it. So Louis, of course, is he's a newlywed, he's the famous question that Dolores says she hears once a day. When are you getting married? And so we find out that Paul is still not divorced yet. It's like, Dolores, what are you doing? And can we just say that Dolores has bad taste in men? The last guy she wanted to marry, David, the doctor, didn't spend any time with her. And this guy is still married, and he has been separated from his wife 10 years. And what are you doing? Like, far as I'm concerned, Dolores should have stayed with Frank. So, shoot. So Teresa's talking about, how to deal with the kids going to college. And Dolores asks Louis if he's going to the party, and he says yes. And then Louis begins to tell them that he had hit up John Fuda, Rachel's husband, and asked if they can talk, like go to coffee or whatever, so they can talk. Because remember, they don't like Louis because Louis did that investigation on them. And John was like, "I'll see you at the party, homie." Home Depot head nod. And I betcha. Okay. So Dee asks, where does Teresa and Danielle stand? And so Teresa's like, "We're fine. Jennifer's cool. Margaret, I'll just say hello. Melissa and Joe, no, not talking to them." And so Frank told Louis, wait, so yeah, she was like, "Melissa, Joe, I don't speak to them." No. So so Frank tells Louis that they met at Margaret's house before the reunion, and they all had a pact to agree with what they was gonna say, how they was gonna set things up, who they was gonna throw under the bus. And so Frank said that him and Brittany's his girlfriend, that they declined, they weren't going. So Teresa likes Frank for that reason. So Danielle told Teresa that Jen Fessler said that they didn't execute the plan correctly at the reunion. So Dolores says, "Oh, that's usual to have a meeting of the minds before a reunion." And it's like, Dolores, I like you. Could you please not make me not like you after this season, after this episode, please? So then we get to the birthday venue. It's called Vine and Oak Tavern. Rachel and John are there. It looks really nice. I mean, the big happy birthday letters, the 55. She has the champagne on the champagne stand with the, in the glasses ready to just pick up and drink. She has a human candy bar. The lady's in the middle of the table, and it's just all kinds of candy around where you can take a gift bag and, make your, I guess that was the favor. I've had a party and I've done that, and it works very well for parties. So Rachel and Danielle got their friendship back on track. And if you remember from the reunion, they said they made a pact to start over, to, give it a try. So production shows us all, off season that they have been hanging out and having a good time. So and then I noticed, the couples are walking down the street, and I just can't help but notice, because I'm a chivalry girl, that the women were walking on the outside of the street, on the sidewalk. It was Joe and Melissa and Jackie and Evan. The women are walking on the outside. It's like, no, guys, no. The men did open the door when they got to the venue, but it was like, just made me cringe a little bit. Like, please, let the man is supposed to walk on the outside. So we get inside, the party's getting started, people are coming in, and the guys are at the bar. And John mentions that he likes double dildos and fingers in his behind. Because Teresa and Jennifer are in the car talking about how they're going to act at the party and all this. And so the blogs are saying that's what John likes. They got that from some rumor somewhere. So it got back to him, and he's joking about it with the fellas. So back in the party, Melissa grabs Dolores's booty. So I guess it's fake, because she was like, I'm just trying to make sure it's all good. And Dolores is like, you're the last person that grabbed it like that. And it was like, okay. So everyone is at the party, and they see Jennifer and Teresa come in. And immediately, guys, did you notice how Joe Gorga's energy just changed? Like, he is so hurt that him and his sister are not talking. You could just see the pain in his face. So he gets really quiet. She comes over, speaks to everyone but him. She is so mean. And the producers asked Melissa, well, how did you feel when Teresa came in? And she says, I think it was a long pause. And she was like, I felt nothing. And it's like production is gonna keep asking Melissa about Teresa. She told you she's not fooling with her. Stop asking about Teresa. But they're gonna keep asking, because I got a hunch that they may not film. There might not be a lot of scenes with them together. So I think they're gonna keep antagonizing Melissa about Teresa. So Marge almost spoke to Teresa on accident. So she caught herself. She runs over to Melissa. She's like, I did not speak. I did not speak. I almost said it, but I didn't speak. She got she's loyal. So then the birthday girl walks in. Here comes Jen Fesser. And she is so surprised that she comes into this room with all these decorations and loved ones and family and friends. And I forgot that her mom is a twin. So the aunt and the mom are there, dressed alike, look alike, just twinning. I think she even had a cousin that was in there break dancing, and the drinks are flowing, and it was a good vibe. So Danielle and Rachel, they walked past Jackie and they speak, but Danielle kept walking, and Rachel stopped and gave her a hug. And then then Jackie's like, I don't know what's wrong with her. Like, she could just give me a hug. She could have stopped and gave me a hug. And what I remember last season is Jackie used to look Danielle up and down. Danielle didn't like the way Jackie looked at her, if I remember correctly. So there's that with that. And so the party is going great. The guys are all there. Then, gosh, Joe Gorga starts the mess. Okay? Starts the mess. He asks Paul or Polly, where's Louis? But he don't ask him by name. He like, where's your friend? Where's your boy? Where's your guy? And Polly's, who? Give me a name. Who you talking about? Who you talking about? I was like, wow, he's very defensive. And so he said, so someone said Louis, probably was John Fuda. He probably said it. So, he's not here. He said he saw. So Polly's like telling it's telling John, yeah, I saw the text, and parties is not where you would want to talk at. You should have went for coffee so you could talk it out. John says, why would he was like, why would he give Louis the respect to go talk? He disrespected my family. Joe says it seems like Paul is taking sides. So Paul is like, I'm both of y'all friends. And he's like, yeah, it seemed like you on his side. And he was like, no, he's wrong. If he was wrong, I wouldn't back anyone up. I wouldn't do that. Then Joe says, you back that guy up. And John says, well, when was the last time you heard someone say that they are going to hire a private investigator? And so Paul was like, I think that's F-bomb, stupid. And so then it was a whole bunch of hold ons, let me talk. You gonna talk over me? You gonna talk over me? Well, hold on. And honey, Polly says, shut the F-bomb up. And then, of course, it escalates. John is like, see, now you're taking it to another level. So Dolores is over there looking, and she's like, oh, my God, it's getting out of hand. I could tell Paul is losing his patience. And she says something about what her dad always said, look for the exit. So she goes over and grabs Paul, and they like, get out of there. And so, because it was about to get really ugly. So then we flash to Rachel and Teresa. Now they get into it. Oh, goodness. They walk over. Jennifer's saying goodbye to Rachel because it's kind of time to go. The guys are wilding out. They probably have eaten, danced, said happy birthday, cut the cake. So it's kind of like, let's go because it's time to go. And so Teresa kind of stops and tells Rachel, I don't want to talk about it now, but your husband went for my husband trying to ruin his reputation. This girl is so happy to be married so she can say husband again. So, you know how the newlyweds do. So, so Rachel's like, well, no, if he would have came, they would have been able to talk outside. Like, duh, right? Like, yeah, duh. So here go Teresa. Well, my husband is a gentleman. And she said, your husband was a drug dealer. And Rachel's like, gentleman? What do you know about a gentleman? So then Jennifer she breaks them up. And then Teresa goes to the candy bar. And Teresa is so drunk and so activated, she can't even get the candy in the candy bag. She's picking up a Starburst. And it's a long block of Starburst on the floor. She picked up something else on the floor. Girl, man, it's time to go. Then what happened after that? Then Rachel, I think Joe walked past Teresa and she was trying to talk and he said something to her. Then Rachel's like, oh, Teresa, do you want to tell my husband what you said? Do you want to tell my husband what you said? And then Teresa and John, they go back and forth with their mess. But you said I wasn't your baby in jail because his baby mama is in jail, and I believe Teresa did jail time with her, and so she, I think she's angry and bitter. The baby mama's bitter, so she's in jail talking about John. So she's out throwing up you was the biggest drug dealer in somebody's county and this, that, and a half and all this. And it's just like, girl, what? Be quiet. And then John, oh wait, so wait, Teresa was like, I think Evan was standing next to Teresa, and he was kind of like, well, what's going on or whatever. So Teresa was trying to talk to him, but Evan knew very well that Teresa was inebriated and she was not able to talk and wasn't going to get her words out. So he kind of gave her the peace sign and he walked off. And then John just keeps calling Teresa, you has been, you has been, you has been. Was this a to be continued or no? I think it was not. But baby, anyway, this first episode was active and I was all in. A plus, A plus. I can't wait for the season, for next week, the week after, the week after, the week after. It's gonna be good. This is gonna be good, guys. So you leave your comments down in the comment section. Tell me what you rate the show, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, besties.